Yo, what is up, guys? Bringing you a new video. I'm gonna talk about my trades I did today on BYFC. Yeah, so let's dive right into it. So Friday, we could see it did a spike right here from the high 380s towards the 720s, right? So that's about 80% spike, and that downtrend was about 53%. And then today it gaps up. A pre-market, it had a lot of volume, and so that's what made me interested into buying this stock. And so it gaps up from the 320s, and it opened up right here at 445. And as you can see right here, it was missing all this space right here. And then for the past year, it hasn't even touched this area. So my prediction was that it's just probably just gonna fill this area, and then maybe tomorrow it's probably just gonna fade to like the high ones, and then do that gradual uptrend, maybe towards the fours or so, or maybe around here, mid threes. But today we see that downtrend breaking that 4 level right here, and then we do get a little bit of upwards momentum from the 4s towards the 430s. And so it turns over and creates lows, and then I do decide to buy right here at I buy 200 shares at 368, and I got kind of scared and kind of conservative, so I do sell at 375. I could have been patient and sold right here at the high of 390s or so. That would have been about, when I say 390, about 22 cents of spread on the upside. But this was a $14 profit, and so I'm still looking at the stock. There were so many other opportunities, but I'm looking at BYFC. Again, I said that it could probably fill it this area, and so I was just waiting for a bigger drop, and then so I could buy that dip. And so it starts to consolidate around the 380s, 370s, and then we do get that drop right here towards the 340s, and then right here we see a little like a little ramp or so, and then it turns over, it starts to fade, and right here I decide to buy at 200 shares at 324, and my risk was to cut at 314, and it does break it right here. And right when I'm gonna place my order, it jumps all the way to the 315s, and then I placed my order and I got filled at 316, and that was I lost my profit and a bit more, and it totaled up to be a loss of 198, so $1.98. And I could have been patient. I could have bought at my risk level, and so there is not much of a support level because it was just downtrending throughout the whole day, and it didn't even set a support level zone. So I would just say my timing was wrong, but my thought was right. So I could have bought like 310 right here, and risk about that 305 level, and yeah, I could have sold right here. This would have been an ideal trade. So I could have sold right here at that 340 level. That's about 30 cents of upside on your part, and that would have been a more ideal trade instead of this one. But it was a learning lesson. So again, we see it downtrend, and then it breaks that support zone, and so and then people think that it's probably just gonna uptrend again. Nope, it starts to fade, it starts to just be just to consolidate, and then we start to see that fading action, fading, and then we try to see that thing, that little spike up here, and then it just starts to just fade. This would have been a great short, honestly. Yeah, you could have probably shorted it around here, 650 level right here, that 290 level, and then yeah, we just start to see a gradually downtrend congest right here, downtrend, and then it creates that low right here. So and it starts to consolidate around this level, around the 266's level, and you could have told yourself, or an ideal trade would have been if it touches that like 360 level again, to risk off that 363 level. And so it starts to uptrend, not a lot, about 22 cents of upside. So again, we do see that level again, touch it right here. You could have bought at 265, risk that 263 level, and probably sell around that that high right here of 309. That could have been your sell position or your reward. And right here, I do buy at 296. My risk was to sell at 282. So this right here, yeah, but this right here, I'm talking about like hindsight. So yeah, I do buy right here at 296. My risk was to sell at 282, and I was up about I would say about 12 cents upside, 10 cents or so, 9 cents, and it does that drop right here at that 280 level, and it doesn't break that 282 level that was my risk. And so I do recognize right here that it's probably just going to turn over, and so I do sell right here at 293, so about 3 cents of risk, and I lost about $7 on that trade. And then this was on my other broker, E-Trade, and yeah, it just starts to downtrend. Again, I luckily I did get out when I did get out, because not luckily, because I did plan it, but yeah, I was just in a time crunch. But I shouldn't be forcing trades. Yeah, because if you force a trade, you're most likely not going to, the stock's probably not going to go in your favor if you force a trade. And so some ideal plays would have been that level right here, that 260 level, 265 level, risk that 263, and that would have been about 40 cents of upside. And I want to talk about this one right here and my first trade, because let's say I didn't sell, right? Let's say I'm hoping, and the stock just downtrend. I could have been down at least almost 1/3 of my position, right? Let's say I buy right here at 368 and I don't sell, right? And then it just downtrend, and then let's say I add more to a loser right here, right, at 324, and then it just downtrend, and let's say I sell right here. I would have been negative, down so much more money. I did stick to my plan. I was prepared, and I was disciplined to stick to my plan. Although there were so many more opportunities today, I was just sticking to my plan on BYFC, and yeah, this would have been a way better short, honestly. Yeah, just from the 723s, just downtrend from the high twos. This would have been a great short. You would have been, let's say you would have held this over the weekend, you would have been up about 60% or so. Just down that whole downtrend, a ramp action, like it's a declining ramp. And so I think tomorrow it's probably just gonna fill up right here, touch that probably touch the low, that low 2 level, maybe high 1s, and then we could possibly see some upwards momentum around the 350 level or right here at that 450 level. But those are just my predictions for BYFC, my trades. But every stock you trade is a learning lesson. You want to be disciplined to stick to your plan, and if the stock doesn't go to your favor, just be able to move on and not be glued to one stock. Yeah, so I hope you guys did like this video. If you guys could drop a like down below and leave a comment. And yeah, these were all valuable learning lessons for my process of becoming a better trader overall. And I hope this helped a lot of other people that are going through the same struggle. And yeah, and I hope we could all learn from my mistakes and not to repeat the same mistakes, not to buy a stock that's falling down, and being able to recognize when the stock is turning over, and just finding better opportunities, because it was a Monday and there has to be much more, millions of stocks to be traded. But again, this was my 3 trades for BYFC. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys could leave a like, drop a comment down below, and do please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it a lot. But yeah, some key points here is to stick to your plan. Don't be glued to one stock. Be able to capitalize on much more opportunities and to seize the opportunity.